To say I had my fair share of customer service experience is an understatement. I had more than my share. I had an abundance, an over excess of experience with customer service. I've seen it all, the best and the worst. I've had some good stories that make you want to wipe a tear out your eye, but I've had instances that were scary, and there were times where me or my colleagues had to call the police on a customer because we gave him a $150 for an NBA 2K game that he got last year when the new NBA 2K game just came out not too long ago. And the reason we're talking about this today is because we have a sheriff in Cobb County, Georgia that called for backup over a Burger King order. A Burger King location got his order wrong. They had a back and forth and he called for backup. We're going to find out why he called for backup specifically, because it sounds crazy to just call for more police officers over an order. Let's roll the clips here and you let me know what you think in the comments down below. Check it out.
Hey man,
Sure.
hey, do me a favor. I need to get, all I need is the owner name or whoever owns this damn facility or the manager.
Okay.
We ordered something, the food was wrong. We said, hey, can we fix it right? The guy said, well, we ordered. I said, that's not what we ordered. What are we doing? I said, well, can I get my no? I said, well, can you give me a manager name or owner name so I can call him? That's all I need.
Okay, sir.
I don't need no damn money back no more. I just need to find out who owns this place so I can do an official complaint to complain.
I don't understand why he couldn't just wait a day just to resolve that issue on his own. I don't understand why he had to call for reinforcements or for backup over a business dispute. First of all, I just want to say this. I don't understand the obsession over customers wanting an employee's name. I think it's okay if you get their first name because it's already like front facing. Like if I was wearing a name tag, it would have my first name and you could just say, oh, Devon, okay, I'm making a complaint against you or whatever. And sometimes it even has the role on it. But I don't think you need to have the name of the person, especially when it's a role that involves maybe one person. Like a store manager, for instance. You can just call customer service and say, hey, I want to make a complaint about a store manager at this location. And that's it. Burger King will know exactly who you're talking about. You don't really need to know the name. But here we are in this situation. The man is locked out of the Burger King. He wants to call backup because he's so adamant about getting their information just to make an official complaint. So moving forward, he makes his request for the deputies to go to the Burger King spot and request their information. And the deputies do as they say. And the deputies were able to speak with the employees inside of the Burger King. It was the assistant store manager that was there. There was no store manager, and they were saying that the reason they locked the doors to begin with was because they've had many times where customers would come in, they would threaten the employees, and they would lock down the Burger King location. So that means they felt threatened in some way about the sheriff making a dispute over an order, and they locked the doors. Plus, it doesn't really help that when you saw he was parked in his truck right by the Burger King location, just, sitting there menacingly. So that's why they probably locked the doors, because they thought that he was plotting on them or something, so they just locked the doors just for the sake of everybody's safety. But the deputies still went in, the employees unlocked the doors, they invited the deputies in, they spoke with them, the assistant store manager gave him his first name and everything, and this is what happens next.
The old Kmart you were talking about, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, it's an assistant manager working right now. He didn't want to give his last name, but his name was
Did we get the manager's name?
Yeah, the manager is. That's her phone number.
Okay.
And the people that own this place is.
Okay, that's all I needed.
All right, sir.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep, no problem. Have a good day, sir.
And he didn't want to give me his information.
All he wanted to give me was his
That's
first name.
the white male with the mustache?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he felt threatened that somebody was going to do something to him. So,
Like stalk him or something.
it didn't help none.
You didn't tell him who I was. Did you?
No.
This person is just standing outside. He brings police officers and calls them on you over your name. Like, I don't understand that we are wasting resources. There were 3 deputies here. Those 3 deputies could have done other things or reported to other calls and reports that were more crucial than a Burger King order. It is so embarrassing that he needed 3 of his colleagues to step in to get information on employees for a complaint. And mind you, it wasn't just the fact that he called 3 deputies, it's the fact that the 3 deputies were each in their own cars and they were driving past red lights, putting other people's lives in danger on the road just to settle a business dispute over a fucking burger. I don't understand why you couldn't just call customer service and make a complaint about the location. I don't understand. This is why his whole thing is so stupid to begin with. The video posted by Cavender claims that the deputies were dispatched to speed through Cobb County to respond to Sheriff Owens' issue at a nearby Burger King. The video appears to depict the deputies running red lights and using their sirens. When deputies arrived at the fast food restaurant, the sheriff leaned out of the driver's side window and spoke to a recording deputy. Hey, do me a favor. All I need is the owner's name of whomever owns this damn facility or the manager. The sheriff explained how he was given an incorrect order by a Burger King employee, asked for it to be replaced, and was denied. Running for chief deputy alongside Cavender's campaign for sheriff, Mike Dondellinger called the incident an abuse of power. I'm shocked the sheriff feels so flippant about this issue that he would have deputies run lights and sirens, placing citizens at risk and his deputies at risk, just so he can get information from a business owner that clearly could have been followed up on another day. Sheriff Owens, on the other hand, argued it was a simple business dispute that any citizen could have called in. Bull fucking shit. Of all of my years I've worked in customer service between food and beverage and just retail services, I had never had the police called on me over a business dispute or a transaction dispute. Never. It would always be a call to corporate, which, by the way, doesn't manifest to anything unless something serious happened or if it's like an HR related matter. Then that's a little bit different. But for the most part, never. In my years of customer experience have I ever had the police officer called on me or my colleagues or my managers or anything like that. But I have called the police on customers. I've had colleagues call the police on customers because they threaten us. They said they're going to wait outside for us when we clock out. And not to mention, this is not surprising that employees at Burger King would do something like this. There are people that refuse to take no for an answer whenever money is spent, and they will take matters to the extreme. We see it all the time. There have been people who have been killed for fucking packets of ketchup. There was somebody that was killed over like a Popeye's chicken sandwich because it sold out. It's very plausible that someone like Sheriff Owens waiting in his truck outside of a Burger King would come off as a threat. So Burger King, of course, the employees would take matters into their hands and lock down the place so they don't put their lives at risk. And also, it doesn't help that the employees didn't even know that was a sheriff or that was a member of the law enforcement. I'm not sure if there's any policies or laws revolving that. I understand that there are some boundaries or limits when it comes to being an off-duty police officer. I can't really speak on that. I'm not an armchair expert. I'm not part of the police union. But I do feel there is something scary about the fact that a sheriff who's off duty, mind you, can just call for deputies. And mind you, the deputies was rushing to that scene like as if it was urgent, like as if the sheriff was under fire. They had sirens, they were running red lights like as if it was a very urgent matter just to report an issue with an order. There is something wrong with that here. It's like as if he didn't even tell them why to come through. He just said, hey, I'm calling for backup. I need some backup here. And it's like, oh, shoot, it's the sheriff. We need to get there now. Holy shit. And he just sent 3 deputies there. So Craig Owens is going to stick to his guns here and double down on his statement by saying, I was not in my uniform, and at no point in my interaction with the staff did I identify myself as a member of a law enforcement community, Sheriff Owens said. At no point did I indicate my position, nor did I ask the responders to do anything that they would not do, had not, or have not done for anyone else who makes a business dispute call. I don't think police officers should handle business dispute calls. I can't imagine any situation where it's valid to call a police officer over a business dispute. If you have a business dispute, you call the company. You make a formal complaint and you say, hey, I have a complaint, yada, yada, yada. This employee said this to me. This employee won't give me my money after this particular incident. They'll do something about it, or maybe they won't. I'm not going to sit here and act like there hasn't been people that has had some fuck shit happen to them and they make a complaint, or better yet, they put them on blast on social media, more so to the point that the company that's looking at it saying, oh shit, this is serious, we need to respond. No, you decide to call the police. You decide to take the police route because you are a sheriff and you have those resources at your disposal. But here we are on camera, we're seeing that 3 deputies are reporting a business dispute. I don't know why it takes three brains with a badge and a gun strapped to them to settle a business dispute, and it only results in here's the name. I didn't get the last name, but this is the first name of the store manager, the assistant store manager, and the person that owns the building. Like. It's the fact that he called the police, which is something that they have no business of getting into. And he's absolutely wrong when he said, oh, I would do something that any citizen would do. No, citizens never called the police. They never called the police on a business over, oh, well, they didn't add extra mayo in my burger, and they didn't even cut it in half. I'm going to call the police on you. Like, do you understand how dumb that sounds? I disagree with his usage of resources from a law enforcement department to address a very frivolous dispute like a Burger King order. I don't think there's anything that can be said about that. Like, I would say that with my chest. You don't ever call the police when it comes to a business dispute. If you have a business dispute, you call the company, you file the complaint, and you move on from there, and you see what they say. And if they give you a discount, they give you coupons, by all means, move along with it. Just take it. If you have to take legal action, do that too. Lawyer up. But until then, over a Burger King order, my dude, like calling police officers just to bully employees just to get their names? Are you serious? Like I don't get it. But until then, y'all, that's really it. I just had to talk about this because, again, just being part of like the customer service industry, we deal with a lot of fuck shit all the time. And this was definitely new because I've never seen an off-duty officer call the police on a business over something as little as a Burger King order. I never knew it was that serious, and I just had to share that with y'all. But until then, that's about it. Peace.